good morning students. So today's our lecture is on digital governance. So have you heard the term digital governance earlier? Yes or no? Yes, you have heard. So digital governance is a framework, is a platform where the organization use and manage the oversees their digital initiative, asset and the infrastructure. What it provides the policies, processes and structures needed to ensure that organizations' digital transformation efforts align with the strategic goals and operate effectively, securely and compliantly. As digital technology become increasingly integral to business operations and decision making, the need for robust digital governance has become a paramount. That it is the need of the hour. So, in today's world, we need digital governance system. Now, if I talk about what are the factors which are making the rise of digital transformation these days, what are the driving forces which are behind the digital transformation? The rapid advancement of digital technologies such as cloud computing technologies, big data, artificial intelligence and the Internet of Things has been a major catalyst for digital transformation, changing customers' expectations and the need for increasingly operation efficiency and the desire to gain competitive edge have also accelerated the pace of digital change across the industries. Now it has a huge impact on the organizational structures also. Organizational impacts, if I explain, digital transformation has had a paramount impact on organizational structures, processes and cultures. It has disrupted traditional business model, necessitated the development of new skills, capabilities and created the need for greater agility and responsiveness to keep pace with the digital revolution. Digital transformation now, due to the digital transformation these days, we cannot rely on the old way of transformation, old way of business, old way of governance system. We have to change our structures, processes and the way how we work has to be changed with the time and with the necessity. Now what are the unique challenges coming in front of digital transformation? Not only in front of government but also in the platform of governance and the people. What are these unique challenges? If I talk about the challenges about the digital transformation, first is data governance, second is cyber security, legacy system integration, which has presented a unique challenge for organization. Effective digital governance is crucial in navigating these challenges and ensuring that digital initiative deliver the desired business outcomes and the governance system to the government. Now, define how we can define digital governance. Digital governance provides a framework for how an organization manages and oversees its digital assets, infrastructure and initiatives. It establishes the policies, procedures and decision-making processes that ensure digital investment are aligned with the strategic goals and delivered effectively. Second is risk management. It is important because these days we are using biometrics. Aadhaar card is with each and every person and all the biometric details are available on the online platforms. So digital management is one of the important risks in front of the governance system. Digital governance helps organization identify assets and mitigate the risk associated with the digital technologies such as data breach. Suppose if tomorrow all the data which is recorded in the Aadhaar card biometrics is available everywhere and it is accessed by the unauthorized people, it has a huge risk. So it is one of the important scope where a government has to work on the risk management system. Data breach, system failure and regulatory compliance issue are some of the major issues in front of governance system these days. It digital governance ensures that appropriate control and safeguards are placed to protect the organization's digital landscape. Enabling innovations is the another aspect which is associated with the digital governance. Effective digital governance create the necessary structures and guidelines to support digital innovations. It empowers organizations to experiment the new technology, develop novel business model and drive continuous investment, all these maintaining the necessary level of oversight and control. Every day there is revolution and the change happening around the world at the digital platforms. New apps are coming, new technology is coming. So it, it is the responsibility of the government to maintain the necessary structure so that public can get all the necessary structure and they can empower the citizens. So next important aspect of digital governance is organizational alignment. What is organizational alignment? Organizational alignment, that all the factors are aligning, they have collaboration with each other. Digital governance fosters alignment between an organization's digital initiative and its overall strategic objectives. It ensures that digital investment and priorities are closely tied to the organization mission, values and long-term goals. If an organization has, suppose there are certain goals and objectives of, there are these objectives, these are the base of any organization. Our digital organization system should be aligned with those basic objectives and goals of those organization. Only then it can fulfill the goals of organization system. Now what are the key principle or the basic principle which can govern the digital governance system? First of all is the transparency. Digital governance should promote transparency in the decision making, resource allocation and performance metrics, which enable the stakeholders to understand and trust the organization digital initiative. Being the student of public policy, you must be understanding the citizen trust on the government is crucial for the government. So transparency is one of the key factor which can enhance the trust and it will enable the government to work smoothly. Second is the accountability. Now, clear goals, responsibility and decision making authority should be established to ensure that individuals and teams are accountable for the success and the digital projects. Now, the third is agility. Agility means the flexibility. Digital governance framework should be flexible and adaptable, allowing the organization to quickly respond to the changes happening around the world, happening with the technology and the market condition and the customers need. The better there is agility, better it is for the governance and its system. Fourth is collaboration. Digital governance should foster cross-functional collaborations and knowledge sharing, enable the organization to leverage diverse perspective and expertise to drive digital transformation. Digital governance cannot work in isolation. It has to collaborate with various departments and ministries so that all the projects which are new in the ministry, they can be implemented smoothly. So this is the fourth key principle in front of the digital governance. Now establishing the digital governance framework. How we are able to establish the digital governance framework? First is the access. Evaluating the organization's current capabilities, its maturity and pain points to identify the key areas that require government's oversight. Until and unless we are aware about the strength, the capability, the current capacity of an organization, how much strengthened it, how much it is aligning with the digital governance system. So when we are able to access the capability of an organization, that is the first step. Now the second is define. Establish clear policies, processes and decision making structures that align with the organization's strategies, objectives and digital transformation roadmap. Third is implement. When we have already established the weak points, the pin points of an organization, then we are going to define what are our policies, what are our processes, and how we can make the decision. Third step would be the implementation, how we are going to implement. What are the ways, what are the strategies which we are going to follow to implement those policies and the programs, deploy the deploy the digital governance framework and ensure that it is effectively communicated. Why communication is so much important? Suppose there is a gap between the communication, then it will create more problem for the implementation process. So communication, clear communication, direct communication are the key aspect, and it symbolizes the it somewhere predicts the future, or it predicts the success of the project. So the next is the monitoring. What is monitoring? It is the overview of the implementation of the policies. Now continuously reviewing and refining the digital governance framework to address evolving business needs, technological advancement and regulatory changes. So this is the monitoring. Now if we are not able to monitor or regulate the system well, then the policy could become a problem for the system and for the people itself. So regular monitoring and regular corrections of the problem is necessary. So monitoring is the another aspect for establishing digital governance framework. Now what are the roles and responsibilities in digital governance? First is executive sponsors. Provide strategic directions, allocate resources and campaigning the digital governance initiative within the organization. Governance steering committee oversee the development and implementation of the digital governance framework, ensuring alignment with the organizational goal. Digital leaders develop and implement the technical components of digital governance framework, including policies, standards and controls. Risk and compliance manager identify, access and mitigate digital risk and ensure compliance with the relevant regulation and industry standards. Now data management in the compliance. What data governance? Establishing policies, standards and processes for data ownership, quality, security and access to ensure the effective management of the organizational asset. Second step is data privacy and protection. I already explained to you people that if we are not able to protect the information which we already received from the public, then it may create problem for the people. It may create trust, it may create digital issues for the public. So implementing robust data privacy and the security measures to safeguard sensitive information and comply with the relevant data regulations such as GDPR and CCPA. So compliance monitoring. Continuously monitor the organization digital activities and infrastructure to identify and address any compliance issues or regulatory violations, mitigating legal and reputational risk. Now you already know, due to the digital governance system, these days there are no boundaries. Digital governance system is boundaryless because digital itself has no boundaries. So any unauthorized link can make you open to the world. So it is the responsibility of the government to maintain the privacy and the security of the citizen, and beside that continuous monitoring is important for the people for their sensitive information. So what are the cyber security and the risk management? Risk identification is the first step. Proactively identify and assess the potential cyber threats and vulnerability that could impact the organization assets. Now the security controls. Implement a comprehensive set of security measures including access control, encryption and incident response protocol to promote the organization from cyber attacks. You must have heard that there are cyber attacks even at the governmental websites. So until and unless we have a good robust risk identification and security control, we cannot think about digital security. So continuous monitoring is another aspect where we have to work upon. Continuously monitoring our organization digital transformation and activities to detect the respond to security incident in a timely and effective manner. Risk mitigation, we have to develop and execute strategies to mitigate the and identify the security risks, such as implementing security patches, conducting employee training, and maintaining robust backup and recovery procedures. So, driving digital initiative through the governance. Innovation sandbox, digital governance framework should include an innovation sandbox that allow for controlled experimentation and new technologies and business model. This enables the organization to test and validate ideas without disrupting critical operations. Now the next is adaptive policies. Until and unless our policies are agile or they are flexible, we cannot think about the smoothness of the digital governance system. Digital governance policies and processes should be designed to be flexible and adaptable in its nature, which allowing the organization to quickly respond to the emerging trends and opportunities in the digital landscape. This fosters a culture of innovation and agility. So the next is cross-functional collaboration. Effective digital governance promotes cross-functional collaboration, enabling teams from diverse backgrounds, IT, business, legal and management, to come together and share their unique insights and experiences. This interdisciplinary approach can lead to more innovative digital solutions to the world. So how if suppose and if IT sector experts are there, business, legal and market, they are expert in their own field and they give a divergent view to the problem, and the problems can be resolved in a divergent aspects. So this is the another. Then now what are the future of the digital governance system? Artificial intelligence and automation. As AI and automation technology become more advanced, digital governance framework will need to evolve to emerge the increased complexity and potential risk associated with these tools. This may include developing new policies, processes and control to ensure the responsibility and ethical use of AI in the organization. Next is decentralized technologies. The rise of decentralized technologies such as blockchain and distributed ledgers will require digital governance to adapt or address to unique challenges and opportunities presented by these disruptive innovation. Organization will need to establish new governance model to ensure the secure and transparent management of digital assets and transactions. Talent and the skill development. Without talent and skill development, we cannot think about the future of digital governance. The successful implementation and ongoing refinement of the digital governance will depend on the organization's ability to attract, develop and retain the talent with the necessary digital skills and expertise. Now you people have to invest in yourself so that you can become a boon, you can take the advantage of new technologies, new innovation happening around the world. So you have to utilize your talent in such a way that you can align all your capabilities in alignment with the new requirement or new digital governance system. So investing in continuous learning and upskilling initiatives will be crucial for the organization to stay ahead of the curve in the rapidly evolving digital landscape. So ecosystem collaboration. A digital ecosystem become increasingly interconnected. Digital governance will need to extend beyond the boundaries of a single organization. Collaborative organization model that involves partners, suppliers and industry stakeholders will be essential for managing the risk and opportunity inherent in the complex digital ecosystem. So, if I conclude that it is not only the responsibility of the government, it is also the responsibility of the upcoming generation. They have to change with the time. They should adopt the new technologies, new policies in such a manner that they can be hired and they can become a boon for the organization. So it is not only about the organization or the government system. Government have to make certain steps where they can train and they can upscale and take initiative where they can train the new upcoming generation. So here I conclude my lecture. Thank you.